Lanka Design Festival, which is an event I founded in 2009, but really under a new banner, called Innovation Island. So Innovation Island means Sri Lanka wants to be an inspiration source in terms of now not only taking what the region has to offer, but what our neighbors in South Asia has to offer. So kind of be a catalyst for India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, We can't do it in isolation. We need to connect with the rest of the world. And I saw two partners clearly. In terms of policy making, I saw one particular country. But in terms of the innovation side and design, we really feel the Dutch have something really special to offer. And we've been following, what's happening over there. I really feel they're the right partners, or the Dutch design culture is the right partner for us to take the future journey with. I think the other reason for the Dutch is because the Dutch have a big heritage with us already. And I think a lot of people, when they think about the Dutch, they think about the past, right? But I think it's the future of what the Dutch are doing is really, really groundbreaking. And I think Sri Lanka and our part of the world needs to see some of that as well. The Dutch have always been part of our heritage, but how can they be part of our future journey in innovation and modern design and all of that?
We tried to set up a program that was as broad as possible. So we did it in cooperation with AOD. They first showed us the weaver village up north of Colombo, where families have their own handloom or handlooms. Some of them have automated handlooms. It was an area where the weaving industry went down, so they couldn't compete, of course, with the industrialized weaving industry. AOD brought in the designers, and now they have built a beautiful collaboration with handloom weavers. Next we went to Hyderabad, garment production plant, somewhere 60 kilometers south of Colombo. And we were impressed by the way how they organize their production process. They aim at zero waste, but also the social side of sustainability. We really got the impression that people have a good job there, good wages, good working circumstances, and they were very much looking for ways to even improve this further.
We're here at Star Fashion because it's a beautiful example of a development center of a garment factory, and we want to ask some questions on their innovation and on their creativity, how they put it into action to develop their garments and to develop their industry.
This innovation center is built actually taking the advantage of technology and expertise available in Sri Lanka. So we want to go beyond the market levels, like the other customers are like conventional systems, and they bring all the new technology inside into the business. For that you can see while you're working, you can see all the 3D process, 3D digitized component making process, and you can see all the retouching, CAD designing, and the digital assets management. Everything is under this roof.
And you do this for more efficiency and even cut prices, or what's the...
Yeah,
because it's a huge investment, so you have to earn it back somewhere.
Yeah, it's a huge investment, but at the end of the day, if you not do this and this, we are not sustaining the market, you're not stable enough. So you need to find a ways to reduce your cost and speed to the market and do something innovatively to our customers.
Oh, yeah.
So otherwise, you will be not ahead to the competition.
So for us, again, that was a very good start of our program because it gave us more insight in the situation in Sri Lanka. The role of design is not anymore limited to a specific product or a specific service, but that you have to take into account the whole environment, you could say, and that it's about system development with all kinds of stakeholders, and that you have to design, you could say, the ways of working to bring the stakeholders all at the table and come up with new solutions.
Further, we have interesting table discussions with the Sri Lankans, and the challenge for us as Dutch people is not only to send to them the way we have realized the status of cultural and creative industries from nowadays, but also to zoom in into their unique situation. And what I'm really inspired from is that the Academy of Design here in Sri Lanka has taken the lead actually in developing their cultural and creative sectors, which I find very good, very interesting, and they also manage actually to gather a lot of design and other creative companies here over the past 2 days.
As you might know, the Netherlands is well known as an innovation leader. It's the second most innovative economy in the world according to the Global Innovation Index. It really gives me great pleasure to be here today and to see well, so many people here gathering together for this round table. A lot of Dutch expertise being present with all very diverse backgrounds. And really it's about building a design-driven ecosystem and turning Sri Lanka into a design hub.
So what I've noticed by being here in Sri Lanka is that there's a lot of expertise being cultivated on crafts and textile design and graphic design. And what I hope to bring here in Sri Lanka is the notion of strategic design and service design. So how can we use this designerly way of working, of moving towards disrupting the ways of working of industries, of sectors, to really see how we can make a difference in the system itself. The Sri Lankan perspective, what I think is one that design is a lot bigger than designing a product, a single thing that you can hold, but that design is a mindset, it's a way of working that can be applied to many different things. By doing that, it can be applied to services, it can be applied to organizations, and really have an impact in how people work. And I think that Sri Lanka might actually have an opportunity to frog leap what we did in Europe. That would be marvelous if they can skip that whole part of wasteful behavior that we've gone through in the West.
It was actually quite interesting. This is actually one of the first forums I've been to that's been organized by AOD, and the speakers here were from the Netherlands, so like how their kind of implementations could be used and implemented in Sri Lanka, and like there's such a big inspiration and a new way of thinking about how we can improve our designs, our companies and things like that.
Or with other artists, and we're not really like having maybe TV shows that show how design can impact people's lives at home, or how artisans, everybody can be an artist, everybody can be a designer, and how brands have started from hobbies.
So what we're doing is finding out what the strengths and the weaknesses are of the Sri Lankan design sector, the design economy, and comparing that to the Dutch and the European way of working, and then see what the strengths are that you can build from and what the weaknesses are that you want to make stronger.
So if we were to have some case studies that showed the impact of design and set that out as a campaign, and then also that would be seen on like a grassroots level as well, so seeing what it can do for the people. And we were having a discussion about that's really only going to get recognised through economic impact.
We used all the action plans that are in place in several, in the Netherlands, but also in several European countries, to see if they could be useful in setting up a plan for Sri Lanka too. Of course, we will give these results back as is, so they will have an overview of strengths and weaknesses, but it gives us the possibility to go back to the Netherlands and see if we can find possible organizations, universities, schools that might want to help them with it and become a collaboration partner, which was the second goal of our project.
We've had a very sustainable manufacturing point of view, so again, how do we update that? So I think where the Dutch coming in is really twofold. One is the whole circularity, Dutch being the Amsterdam being a circularity hotspot. So I think for the bigger industries, that's a really good good connection, because if we want to be part of that conversation from a manufacturing world, I think the Netherlands can play the role for us.
So Seco is teaching businesses and design students how they can incorporate circular design into their businesses and turn moments of loss of valuable products, materials and components into new opportunities. New opportunities in an economical way, but also an ecological way. So it's all about like value preservation and retaining the economical and ecological value of a product.
I think sustainability is the future, and I'm here from India, and I think I can promote this workshop in India a lot because the population is growing day by day. The way people are using products is increasing. So I think recycling, refurbishing, all of these will drive a good growth for the whole economy.
I'm a creative person, and usually we don't like a lot of processes and things, but this aspect of doing the value chain really kind of helped me understand the necessity to understand process in strategy, because with that then everything else, just solving everything, became really easy.
A lot of people don't get together and sit down and try to create a solution. This course allowed us very specific avenues towards creating very specific kinds of solutions. It gave us a step-by-step ability to sort of tear apart the way something was made and done and put it back together in a way that had a much more optimized, sustainable, contemporary take on it.
So I think the first step is really bringing in, curating this correct kind of stakeholders to come and interact with us. So I think that's been a really big success in my opinion. I think they've really picked the correct people to come here. So that's a good starting point. I mean, like, if we have, at the end of the 5 years, if we really have been this inspirational source from the region, we've taken what Bangladesh has to offer, what India has to offer, what Bhutan has to offer. It could be from product to, it could be a way of thinking that India had, you know, that they've shared with the rest of the world. It could be any of those, and the success would be in 5 years' time if we are that catalyst. And you know, the Netherlands is part of it. I think then you can say this project has really been a success in my opinion, and if we are impacting many things with what we do.